Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I share videos about sewing and fashion. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to sew this beautiful Bubu dress inspired by Vicky James. This is a simple dress that is made to be tight and fitted at the waist, but then it is loose at the back. If this seems like what you're interested in, you might want to hit the subscribe button so we can dive into the main video. So guys, as you can see on my work table, I have about 3 yards of this fabric here. You can go ahead and use 2.5 yards if you're on the slim side. So my fabric is by a length of 60. And the first thing I did was fold my fabric into two, and then I marked a line as the starting line like you see me doing. After that, I just went ahead to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7.5, and then I'll be extending the length of the sleeve from that place. So from that point where I marked my shoulder measurement, I'll be extending the sleeve by about 12 to 13 inches. So you can go ahead and mark 12 inches or 13 inches as you wish. And then after that, I went inwards at the neckline like this. Then I marked 2.5 inches as the back neckline, and then I went downwards by 1 inch. You can go ahead and use 1.25 inch. Okay, so I went ahead to connect the neckline like you see me doing. Just create a deep curve like this, and then you are done. And afterwards I went upwards to the sleeve, and then I marked 2 inch downwards like this. That will serve as my shoulder slope. So I just went ahead to connect it with my ruler into the neckline. After that, the next thing I did was to measure the width of my sleeve. So I marked 10 inches. You can go ahead and mark like 8 to 9 inches or even 10 inches. And then I went ahead to measure the bust point from the top of the neckline. So bust point is 10 inches. And for that, I just drew a chalk line like you see me doing. After I'm done drawing the chalk line, the next thing I did was to roll it across. After rolling the line, the next thing I did was to measure the quarter of my bust circumference, which is 9.5, and then I marked it like you see me doing. And then I went ahead to add extra 4 inches to that area. After that, the next thing I did was to connect my sleeve to that 4 inches mark. Not really at that point, but I just curved it like you see me doing. So just go ahead and curve it in a way that it's going to be in line with this particular one. You can make use of your curved ruler if need be. From that point, I'm just going to connect a line downwards to shaping out the body. I also decided to use my curved ruler to curve the sides a little bit inwards around the lower part, and afterwards I went back to the sleeve to draw out the hemming allowance. So just go ahead and extend it by 1 inch or so, and then cut it out. After I was done cutting out the back piece, it's time to cut out the front. So as you can see around the front, I added 1.25 inch because there is an opening at the front and then there's a slit. So I just went down around this part for the front neckline. I am marking 3.5 inches, and from there I'm going to create a curve to form my neckline. This particular neckline is very curved but not too deep. What is there just to curve it inwards to look like a letter U. And after you're done, you just go ahead and cut it out. So guys, after I was done cutting, I went ahead to trim out the excess fabric around the shoulder. Don't forget to add about 1/2 inch for the shoulder joining. And afterwards, just go ahead and cut out the sides. So guys, after I was done, I quickly went ahead and set the back piece aside, and then I held this part of the front and gave it a little notch. And after that, I went ahead to open the front piece in the middle. That way we have 2 pieces for the front. So we are going to be joining this front piece, but the first thing you need to do is to go downwards by 3 inches around this part because it's going to serve as an opening around the neck. To measure the length of the stitch I need for the front, I'll just go ahead and place my tape rule from this part where I marked the chalk line and then to the length I want it to stop. You can measure about 32 or 33 inches or even lesser depending on how high you want your slit to be. So this is how it looks like after I was done stitching it up, and then I went ahead to press it open with my iron to stay flat. So guys, after pressing with my iron, I went ahead to pipe the neckline with my bias strip. To do this, you need to place your bias at the front of the dress like this and then stitch it. Afterwards, you just rotate it towards the back and then stitch it one more time. I'll do that for this part of the front and the back as well. So guys, after I was done with the neckline, I went ahead to press it flat with my iron to look nice and clean. And next, I brought out my hemming gum to seal this part of the front. I'll be doing this for the rest of the opening all the way down to the length of the dress. So just go ahead and sandwich your hemming gum in between these parts like this to keep it in place. You're going to be making sure that your hemming gum does not move away from that part. You need to do the same thing on the opposite side as well. This is because we want to achieve a very neat finishing around the front. I bet you wouldn't want it to look tattered and tacky with stitches running down the line. So just go ahead and press it very nicely with your pressing iron and insert your hemming gum as you press. So guys, after I was done pressing, this is how it came out looking like. The slit was well defined, as you can see, and after that the next thing I did was to place my back piece right side to right side with the front piece, matching them at the shoulder, and then I'll head over to the machine and stitch them by 0.5 inches and also do the same thing on the other parts as well. This is how it looks like after I was done. You can see that our Bubu dress is coming together. So the next thing I will do is to stitch the sleeves around the hem, and to do that you're going to double fold the hem like this. You're going to fold it twice and also do the same thing at the other part as well before stitching. And after you are done, the next thing you'll be doing is to stitch this side and close the sides together. So this is it after I was done. This is how it came out looking like. The sleeves has been stitched and the sides has been closed, as you can see. So the next thing I did was to hem the lower part. So for you to hem the lower part, you need to do the same thing you did on the sleeve by double folding it and then stitching it together. I'll just go ahead and turn it inside out and then work on the inner part. This is the most interesting part that everybody has been waiting for, the part that is fitted around the waist. So I'll begin by measuring my waist measurement from the shoulder. I'll be marking what I have, which is 16, and then I'll do the same thing for the other parts as well, and then connect it with my ruler. And from there, I'm going to be taking my waist measurement divided by 4. So waist measurement divided by 4 is 7.5. I'll be marking 7.5 around this part, and then I'll be duplicating it on the other part as well. Note that I'm starting from the middle where there is stitches in the front piece, so that will serve as my center line. Just measure 7.5 on both sides. Whatever is the measurement, place it on both sides and measure it. So I have this 2 long strip of fabric. I'm going to be making a belt with it. I have about 2.5 inches for each one. It can be as long as you want. So I'll head over to the machine and close it this way, stitch it along the line. This is going to form a belt. I'll also do the same thing for the other parts as well. This is how it looks like after I was done stitching, but then I couldn't press it because the light was gone. So what is left for me is to fix it around this part. I'll be stitching it only on the front piece. So just go ahead and place your pin and then insert one of your hand from the inside just like this. You are going to make sure that you're pinning it only on the front piece, and then you're going to do the same thing for the other parts as well. So guys, this is how it looks like after I was done pinning the belt together at the front piece, and I'm just going to stitch it on the machine and get back to you. So this is the end result. This is how it came out looking like. It's very simple and unique at the same time. With that being said, we have come to the end of the video. If you have been watching this video from the beginning right until this moment, thank you very much for sticking with me. If this video has been helpful to you, I would appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get more videos like this whenever I upload. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.